Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm here to present a new award, which is The Truth About Sandy. You will ask me, what does this have to do with Hitler or Stalin? And I will tell you a story. When Hurricane Sandy hit, a lot of people were without power, without heat, without electricity. So I was home without power, without electricity. I didn't have to go to work. My kids were out of school. So basically, I was at some point bored, and I went to Facebook to look what's going on in the world. And what I saw was pretty devastating. There were posts and messages, devastation in far Rockaways. They needed Russian volunteers. There are elderly people that were stuck in the high rises. So on Wednesday, after the award, I gathered some of my friends, and some were able to physically come, and some were not. And they helped with the food donations, you know who you are, and with delivery of the food, and we went there. So when we got there, there were a lot of buildings and a lot of devastation. The buildings were very tall, and we had to go up and down the stairs, like 20 flights probably, with backpacks to deliver the food. And what we saw was dark buildings, very, very cold. The elderly were hungry. When I was there, 3 bodies were carried out of the buildings. There were anti-Semitic messages on the walls. What was surprising that I didn't see FEMA, I didn't see Red Cross anywhere. What I saw was groups of volunteers, just regular, people that got together, and they got donations, they cooked the food, they delivered the food. They also arranged for distribution of clothing and other supplies. And today, I think it's, and we think it's very relevant because people got together, saw a lot of people in need, and they went and they helped because they saw that they couldn't just be idle. During Holocaust, there were also people that saw the devastation and they saw the need to help, and they were not idle and they helped. So we believe that in our generations today, that kind of selfless deed should be showcased. So today, I'm here to present an award to 2 distinct groups. But before we do that, I'd like to show a clip that one of the groups took. So this was actually featured on CNBC.
I just got your number, guys, from the National Guard base on Rockaways. I want to bring your attention to the building complex that nobody's taking care of. There are elderly people who can't come down to get any food. They have no water, no lights.
200 seniors in this building. One of them is going to die in this building tonight. 200 seniors that can't move up and down these stairs.
Not one truck, not a single light in 4 huge buildings on the floor. Secret Avenue and Bay 6. Yes, 711 Secret Avenue. When you're saying you're on it, what does that mean exactly? Because we're heading out there right now to feed them. You're gonna reach out to Red Cross, okay? Are they gonna go door to door and knock on doors? Вода, еда.
She's afraid to answer the door.
Холодно, очень холодно. Но я греюсь.
Как вы греетесь?
Грелочку. Вчера сын приехал, я не хотела. Что он нехороший. Потому что если целую неделю он интересовался, как мама.
Вам фонарик нужен?
О, конечно. Вы миллионеры.
Да что? Can I take a photograph? Да, нет? Или водички?
Я живу на 17-м этаже.
Так давайте мы принесем.
Я не могу сейчас. Я одним старикам телефон зарядил. Вы не знаете, когда свет? Такой холод. Холод, ничего нет, ни света. Боря!
Спасибо большое.
Вот он. Да, конечно, это мы сами просто.
Из Бруклина сами.
Из Бруклина вы?
Какой хороший фонарь.
Okay, we are trying, ma'am. I needed to get all of the information first. We are reaching out to the Red Cross right now.
You're saying that until me calling you guys, you had no information about this particular building complex?
From where I am,
Uh-huh.
from where I am, the Red Cross is out there. FEMA is out there
How do you mean out there?
in the Rockaways.
Oh, in the Rockies, yeah, but they're not aware of this, and I'm not understanding how come.
I don't have an answer for you, Kate.
They told me they was going to bring power generators, that there was stock. I asked them again, they said they had problems with stock, but they were on the way, but they're not here.
They don't care.
Я иду, тут колонка есть и за технической водой, потому что там для туалета надо.
Понятно, но есть колонка, да, кто-то организовал?
Не организовал, я думаю, что это сами люди. Они открутили так, и струя вот такая все время течет, и люди там это все время берут воду, все эти дни. Даже там немножко очередь. То есть сами, да.
Hello. Thank you. Thanks. Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Do you know if there are more people staying here?
People here.
Water and food. Что вам нужно?
Свет и воду.
Это понятно.
Фонарики у вас есть?
Нет.
Нет?
Мне не надо.
Спасибо.
Воды больше нет, остались. Вот конфеты еще тут.
Берем все. Спасибо вам.
Thank you so much.
problem is we're not getting warm food. We don't have warm blankets. The supplies are not being given out. They're being disappearing. They already started disappearing. When I asked them about it, the reply, the people that they left in charge of the building is, oh, you should evacuate.
А вы не хотите эвакуироваться?
Я хотела, но мне сказали, что я пошла в синагогу, я там просидела 5 часов, но что никто не ответил. Вы волонтеры, да? Спасибо большое.
Счастливо. What organization are you guys? What do you do? Because I got your number from
Queensboro President's Office.
Queensboro President's Office.
Америка. Господи, дай Бог вам счастья.
That video was actually another group with very similar experiences to what many of us saw in our volunteer efforts. Thank you to the Prakhin Foundation for organizing this event, for their mission on educating the younger generation of the man-made atrocities in our recent history, and now for honoring the people who helped in the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. The way we relate to this situation is many of the people in our group who helped out and others that stepped forward are themselves grandchildren of Holocaust survivors. So if anything positive can come out of that situation is that by us knowing of the history, we work harder on ourselves and helping those around us from suffering. This award is not to honor me. I'm just accepting it on behalf of our group. Initially, my brother, my friend, and I started a Facebook group to organize one donation run to a shelter for evacuees when gas was scarce. We quickly realized that the situation was a lot more complicated than we thought and began to recruit other coordinators into our group. These were people who put helping others as priority in the days immediately after the storm. Many of us did not know each other before, but our compassion for our neighbors brought us all together. Each of us was connected to other caring individuals and smaller organizations that all helped us in our common mission. We did not pay attention to who contributed least or most, as everyone helped within their means and beyond. We could not sit around and wait for the government or large organizations that were out of touch with locals or the real situation in these neighborhoods. Instead, we took matters into our own hands. Between all of us and those that helped us out, there were countless amounts of efforts organized to help relieve the ones suffering most. We are all proud of one another and how it all came together, from the people who spent their entire days helping to those that shared the information online and could not be physically present. Every small detail helped bring the efforts together, and we are humbled to accept this award and be honored for what we have done. I hope that these kinds of efforts can be translated into everyday life, down to the smallest acts of kindness, not just when disaster strikes. Hopefully, we have inspired others to help those in need and to be kind to their fellow man. There are thousands of people that all contributed to this. And although there are so many others, I'd like to thank the primary members in our group: Michelle Aguinis, Lily Anastasiadis, Lydia Amirova, Alex Bartashov, Anna Bronfman, Rebecca Boyanovsky, Ross Den, Ilana Diner, Mark Gicker, Eugene Gorelik, Marina Korobeynikova, Esther Lamb, John Lysyansky, Ken Soloway, Charlie Rabinovich, Ritali Rappaport, Felix Sutskever, and Angela Zickerman. Now I'd like to hand over the mic to John Lysyansky, who was one of the first to organize and lead a major relief effort in the Warbass buildings of Brooklyn, helping the most vulnerable seniors and disabled as they were stranded in their dark and cold apartments. His immediate action helped inspire myself and many others, and he continues to help and lead to this day. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. And I also want to thank the Prakhin Foundation for all the wonderful work that your foundation is doing. And to the Prakhin family, thank you, of course, for doing this today and honoring this group and honoring all the great writers and all the honorees today. But I do want to point out a tremendous irony in what's actually happening today and what happened almost 3 months to the date of what was a Superstorm Sandy. They don't call it hurricane. And the irony being is the Warbass complex near Brighton Beach, where I organized volunteer efforts, 3 days following the storm, is one of the remaining places where Holocaust survivors still reside today, and the very few that are still left among them. When we got into those buildings and the volunteers started coming back, they had tears in their eyes, describing the conditions that they observed following that storm. And it was a travesty and tragedy how those folks were left behind, unattended, really by the first responders, those who we care to protect the vulnerable and the ordinary citizens of the city, state, nation. And it was up to the regular folks, members of the communities, who came forward and were the first real responders who brought the food, water, blankets in the most critical days following the storm. Some of the people who were found did not eat or drink already for days. They relied on Meals on Wheels programs and other programs who were not there for them. Nobody came and nobody knocked on those doors following the storm. And I actually mentioned in to the press when they came around and said, oh, well, what are you guys doing? And we said, we're doing the work that should really be done probably by other authorities, but folks are neglected. And I said, the amazing thing here is that we have people in these buildings who survived Holocaust, but may not survive the storm in their apartments in 2012. That's a real tragedy. So I'm so grateful and so thankful to all the people who came out and helped us. It was unprecedented, unbelievable effort. I'm very proud and very grateful for everything that they did and continue to do. So thank you all again. Thank you for the recognition, and God bless.
I have another group that I would like to recognize. This goes to the group leader of Kate Solovyova. She was supposed to come, but she's very sick, so I'm not sure if she's in the audience. Kate, if you're here, please come. I think she is. Wonderful.
Thank you very much for this great honor. This is really for all the volunteers, not to repeat everything that Alex and John just said, but it was a great, amazing effort, and this is for everyone. Thank you to the Prakhin Foundation and Anna for giving us a chance to be part of this. Thank you.